Okay, this is the part I actually enjoy the best. It's called short stuff, and I don't think there'll be any other situation where I'll be doing the short stuff to Brett Lee. So let's enjoy this moment. Fast bowling is all about. Complete that.
Fast bowling is all about having some type of different approach to your game. You've got to be on top of your game. You've got to be somewhat crazy. You've got to be willing to succeed.
Do you like intimidating batsmen, hitting them, or picking up wickets?
All three? Can I have all three or not?
No, this is not a buffet.
It's not a buffet. I like to take wickets.
No, tell me the truth.
Yeah, but you intimidate first and then you take the wicket, hopefully.
Okay. The best spell you've ever bowled?
One of the best spells I've ever bowled was probably that spell to Brian Lara, I think. That was up there with one of my most favourites. Even though I didn't get him out for an hour and a half, I kept him on strike. And there's a photo that I've got him to sign and the ball was going, like the kookaburra was going past his nose as his feet were completely off the ground, higher than the stumps. And all the crowd were going licks in the crowd, you know, the way they do in the West Indies, but great fun.
Which is good fun because they'd always done the chin music to the opponents and this was giving it back.
They were getting a bit back from the 80s.
The best bouncer you've bowled? That one?
Yeah, that one, or to get a batsman out playing a pull shot, maybe to get Sachin out caught in the slips, or yeah.
The first bouncer?
First bouncer I bowled was under 10s. I dragged one down and it went over the batsman's head, so I thought, wow, this is pretty cool.
The batsman you found toughest to bowl to?
Sachin or Brian Lara, those two.
What would you give up to change the result of Edgbaston 2005?
You know what, like, that's up there with one of the most favourite games I've ever played in, and people ask me, like, why, how can that be one of your favourite games when you're lost? But in life, you don't always have to hold that trophy up or be the person to stand on the podium, or that's won on that particular occasion. Even though that we lost, but we lost by 2 runs, that was one of the best spirit of cricket games I've ever played in, with Andrew Flintoff, with that famous, you know, shaking my hand after the game, the sportsmanship, the way that we fought back and fell so close. But the kids that brought to the game after that, watching that Ashes series, I think was really good. So that was a great series.
Ashes win or World Cup, which is more satisfying?
Now you've thrown me. That is a bouncer. That's a good bouncer.
I didn't write it. Someone gave it to me to ask you.
No, you should take the credit.
That's all right, no.
Oh, gosh. I would say World Cup.
You are? You're almost embarrassing that.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't decide.
That's all right. That's not a crime not to be able to decide.
Ask me next week and I'll say the Ashes, can I?
Okay, but it's not a crime not to be able to decide. That's all right. But actually, by not being able to decide, you're giving me the answer I want anyway.
Okay, there you go.
A fast bowler you'd have liked to partner? You would have liked?
I would have loved to bowl in tandem with the great DK Lilly. Dennis Lilly, great action, great aggression, had all the trade, had the whole lot, had every single ball, and he's a top fella, top bloke.
A batsman from any era, not just your own, any era you'd have liked to bowl to?
Viv Richards, I think. Just his strut, the way he walked out, no helmet, just playing the pull shot.
Just doing that to the bat.
Yeah, and he just had that physical presence that, you know, like, come on, if you bounce me, you're going to be fetching it 15 rows back.
The baggy green means?
The baggy green means everything. The baggy green makes you get out of bed those mornings where you're hurting. It makes you get through that last spell. It makes you bowl that extra ball. It makes you feel 10 foot taller when you're batting. The baggy green means everything.
Your best friend in the Australian cricket team?
At the moment, I'd probably say Shane Watson. Probably because we both play guitar and sing, so it's good away from the ground. But look, he's a great bloke, and his career's come along, and he's going to be a great leader for Australia at some stage.
Okay, you've got a packed house, you're bowling at 160 kilometers an hour, or you're playing in a band, both to a packed house. What excites you more?
I'd say bowling 160 k's in a packed house, because that won't last forever. You can play music till you're old.
Okay. One superstition about you we don't know about?
Superstitious or routine. I always put my left shoe on first. I figure you have to do one. It's a habit. I always put my left one on first.
But superstition's not a big thing for you?
No, not really. If I've done well with, I'm not like if I've worn a pair of bike shorts or a pair of underwear or a pair of coloured socks, I'd go and do that. I know there's a few batsmen around the world that have stuck bats to the roof. gone out and got 100 and have to do it every single time. That's
Neil McKenzie.
yeah, I know. You know that one.
He stopped doing it now, apparently. But
He would not touch a line. He wouldn't do anything. But everyone's different. But I think the game's that hard as it is. You just don't want to overcomplicate things.
Who's the bigger bully, Brett Lee or Shane Lee?
Shane Lee,
Nonsense.
definitely.
Nonsense.
He's bullied me my whole life, but no, he's good. He's been a great leader for me and a great mentor and a good brother. But he's a bully.
You're not sounding like a Hindi film.
You reckon?
My elder brother, lovely fellow, sweet guy.
Throw a couple of these in and it'll be good to go.
Yeah. An unfulfilled dream, something you might have loved to achieve and couldn't?
I want to do more with my music. I've got some stuff that I want to do with my charity as well, which I'm setting up over here later on.
Yeah, but you can still do that. Is this something that will now be unfulfilled?
Yeah, well, if it hasn't been achieved, to me, it's unfulfilled. You know, and it's not like it's an untouchable goal. I don't look back and think that I would have loved to score a Test 100, but didn't happen. I would have loved to take a Test 6 for it or a Test 10 for it. Didn't happen. They're goals that, if you look back now, that can't be achieved. Would be great if it happened, but.
And your proudest moment as a person and cricketer?
Proudest moment as a person is easy. The birth of my boy, Preston. Best moment ever. And I think my proudest moment as a cricketer is get my baggy green for the first time.
99 against.
Putting it on your head, you just get this feeling like I still get goosebumps thinking about it.
Right, there you are, short stuff to Brett Lee, and my verdict, he took it on the chin like some of the batsmen who played against him.